Right, we managed to fix it. I had to actually quit the game, reload it, and as soon as it started happening, record that section. So we're continuing on. Excellent. I was kind of worried. Right, so let's continue. For an instant, the apparatus goes quiet and the air is still. Then all at once it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land and pain wells into the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away as you into the black, unconscious void. You open your eyes to a different place. Another time, you stand in a circular room, grand and domed. Its walls lined with adra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end, a great pillar of adra pierces the floor from below like a ragged spike, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you have just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined, the work perhaps of a prestigious but fevered mind. Your thoughts are yours and not yours. They seem to exist before you think them, and they are all questions, pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered, At the base of the pillar now, you see a man with a thick grey beard in a ceremonial robe, his oily hair tucked beneath a black cowl, and a strange ornamental headdress. You know this man. You are walking towards him now at a pace that is hurried, while trying not to appear so. Hint! We've just seen this guy. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your mind. Yeah, so what the problem was definitely just it wasn't triggering. The effects weren't triggering at the right time. You awaken to find your malaise is broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in your ears that does not subside. Movement flits through your periphery, but when you turn to look, you can see no sign of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntary paranoid tic. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go on without treatment for long. The figures at the machine stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. Heodan and Calisca lie bloody on the uneven cobbles, their bodies twisted unnaturally in death. We're by ourselves. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Vale may be your best hope for receiving treatment before things get worse. It's kind of sad that they're dead. So, I mean, I really like these characters. But there is,
Indeed.
They were tutorial characters, really. Getting used to group-based combat and the like. You can see we've leveled up. Different point, actually, for me to level up on. You can see, what's this? I was too busy talking about experience there for a second. It seems to fade. Interesting. But yeah, normally I level up like just after this point. But I guess with me doing a lot of different things, it's sort of giving me a little bit more experience than usual. We'll actually level up in a moment though. So I kind of want to get out of this area. You can hear the whisperings. But yes, we can actually loot these corpses for flesh. Whoa. It looks like someone's like tied to a stake, perhaps? Burning stake? Some sort of witch hunt sort of thing. And we can sort of look at this thing here. Massive structure is formed of stone, ardra and copper and covered in strange glyphs. Very curious. And now we can actually go to the Valewood. And again, that's our destination here, the Gilded Vale. It will take us 6 hours. Now, when I first played, I was sort of curious why there is an hour system. It will take you this long to get here. But it did actually sort of come into effect later on once you get to the stronghold, which is quite cool. I was really worried that I wouldn't be able to get past that bog.
I'd welcome some rest.
We'll get some rest in a moment, my friend. But I'm glad we got past that bog. That was kind of worrying. So otherwise the first 2 videos would have been like null and void, more or less. So let's get some sleep first. Put this stuff in 19 to 40? 19 to 14? What am I on about? 9 to 14. Yeah, the sword's a lot better. Shall I equip? Yeah, we'll equip the better armor. It'll give us a better damage reduction. Thankfully, I don't think this game actually has a sort of a negative effect like most do, especially for casters when they wear heavier armor. You normally get like an interruption to your spellcasting. Thankfully, that doesn't seem to appear in this game. Thankfully. So let us rest. As you can see, different resting animation, which is quite nice. Let us now level up. So here we are once again. We spin him around. So we can upgrade our stealth to basically improve our stealth skill. It is used automatically whenever a character is in scouting mode. That's the sort of the alt key ability. It's quite good because it actually, if we click on, I'll just hover over it. Scouting mode is used for 2 purposes: sneaking and searching. Sneaking may allow you to avoid or gain a tactical advantage against difficult foes, while searching allows you to detect hidden traps and hidden objects, which does come in handy. I will admit, I probably missed something in the dungeon. Survival. The higher the character's survival skill, which makes better use of food and potion items, basically improves the consumable duration. And we can actually use this in conversations and scripted interactions that involve wilderness challenges or specialist information. I think that's the same for most of these, yeah. So it is actually useful because lore does help, so we'll put a point in that. As you can see, the higher we go, the more points you need to spend. I'm going to put some points in mechanics. Athletics, yes, because as you can see, it improves our fatigue and minus 40% in combat fatigue gain. And we'll knock a point up in survival. Now, this is something that I didn't actually realise. When I was playing my Cypher, I thought that basically this broke down, like these things here, broke down this list. But it actually doesn't. I mean, you have these class-specific talents, like Wild Strike Burn, which is a passive. It The druid's knowledge of the forces of nature allow him or her to automatically inflict additional burn damage when spirit shifted. So plus the damage I do as burn. Same for that, that and that. Very good idea, I think. But then you also get these different abilities. Offensive, defensive, and utility. Now this is where we actually get our healing for health. Wound binding and field triage. That's good for a friendly target. That is good for yourself. So if you want to heal yourself, wound binding. If you want to heal your team, field triage. Now I'm not actually going to give this character that. And this increases freeze damage that you do and damage reduction. It's the same for all like these 4 abilities. Fast runner increases speed, defense when disengaging, because your enemies will get you get a sort of attack of opportunity. What we want for this guy actually. Also, if we look on this, arbalest. Yes, you do actually get guns in this game, which I like. Pistol, blunderbuss. Really cool. Hunting bow. Scepter. Now, slight difference between like scepters and rods and staffs. Staffs are melee weapons. Scepters and rods tend to fire a spell, like fire a bolt of magic at your opponent. So very good for long range combat. I think ones are the same. Crossbow there for the knight, so better chance of hit. Marksman, distant enemies. You can dual wield, which increases your attack speed if you go for that. Again, you got one-handed styles, 30% of grazers, which are sort of, yeah, so it's any attack between 16 and 50, and you deal half damage, more or less, and hits are 50 to 100, and anything over that is a crit. So if you get like 101, that's a crit. So, and obviously you get a better damage there. But I'm actually going to take burn damage because I want to use spirit shift a lot more often, especially early on when I'm by myself. So let's continue. A ghost that amazingly disappears behind a tree. Now we will become one of the things about this game that I love is all areas are open to you no matter your level. So you can end up walking into an area and getting your face ripped off. And I know that sounds like, ooh, that's a bit harsh, but it's true. You know, you'll walk into an area, you will die instantly. Now there are stuff that we can actually do here, but I don't want to be doing this solo. Oh, there's a wolf. Let us use Vile Thorns on him, because I've never seen this spell. Nice. Turn into a stag. Hopefully, there we go. You know, I don't know why my UI is bugging out like that. There we go. At least that makes it a little bit easier for us to actually do things. You know, fight creatures and stuff. Because until I get a sort of half decent party, I don't want to be fighting other things. And out of curiosity, I want to see where this leads. Nowhere. Okay. That's sort of like, that is the universal "you're at the end of the map" button. So let's continue down here. There's a tent. Hello. Non-ton.
Hail and well met.
This man appears to be hurriedly dismantling his camp in quick, jerky movements. He looks up as you approach, his expression tense and drawn. "Greetings," he says, a little breathless. "On your way south, is it? Don't see many of your sort along this road, meaning no offence. I suppose you're heading into town." He wipes his brow, turning to face you. "The sooner you're clear of these woods, the better, I think." Let's see. What do we actually say to this guy? Yes. Our caravan was attacked. I've been trying to get to Gilded Vale. Hard luck. I'm sorry to hear that. I know I've changed his voice. You should be fine from here. There's no missing the Vale if you keep to this road, and you haven't far to walk. But you'll want to keep clear of this place after that. We were just attacked north of here. Me and a friend of mine. We came out here to hunt some deer. Came upon a bear instead. Great monstrous thing, and Pearly... He didn't make it. He shakes his head. I don't know what I'll tell his wife. In any case, this forest already cost me a friend. I'm heading home before it takes anything else. Who are you? Name's Morton. Sorry. I really gotta learn to stick with one voice for these NPCs. Born and raised in the Gilded Vale. Haven't had a spot of luck since. His face twists. Luckier than Pearly, I suppose. Where did you find this bear? In a cave a ways up that way. He turns and points to the northwest. I wouldn't seek it out if I were you. It was a great brute of a beast. Would hate to hear it took another life. Farewell. I wish you'd loot this. And now let's get to Gilded Vale. And if you've never played the game, if you've never looked at it, this next bit might be a little bit unsettling. But that'll actually be in the next video. So for here, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Ta-ta for now.